What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to the channel. So we're jumping right back into Marvel Future Fight content. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at Thanos in this video. I'm really happy and excited about this uniform. Bottom line, I know there's going to be a lot of discourse about this uniform, specifically because he came in hot, came in broken. They still haven't fixed it quite yet, but essentially his defense is not working. So that's essentially what you're looking at is the defense on, I think it's his 5th skill or something like that, is what people are saying. Is like basically his super armor and the defense basically is just not triggering, whatever, you know. Here goes the thing, right? That matters a lot if you are playing PvP and you're like hamstrung about it. It's not necessarily affecting the overall. It's his hero slayer, excuse me. So it's here. Look, okay, that's gonna affect you, right? If you're like a really interested PvP player. Here's my problem with PvP. Okay, so like, let's go over here real quick, take a look at timeline battle. I'm gonna point something out to you guys because I think it's like, I was watching Beast Mode Gaming's video earlier, and then I was reading the comment section. I always check out Beast Mode. I like the dude a lot. His voice cracks me up. But let's be real. You see this challenger cheer, the shit right here? So unless you're one of those players that are getting cheered on, PvP don't really fucking matter to you. Like, that's real. I've been playing this game for almost 8 years. You know whose name keeps coming to the top every fucking single time, week in, week out? I can't even find his name in here right now. I cheered for his ass this past week, right? But MPKB comes in that top all the time. Prior to that, it was Arthur Van Dragon, and then you had Commander and stuff like that. So here you go, MPKB. Prior to that, it was like Commander and stuff like that. There was very few people in that top tier league that basically were, you know, basically winning. And I doubt that if you're inside of my videos, you're inside of Beast Modes, or you're inside of Cynic Alex's videos, I highly doubt that you really give a fuck about our opinions about, you know, is Thanos worth it and stuff like. I highly doubt that, because you just spending the money, you gonna make that character worth it regardless. So why people are like so hamstrung on trying to make a character, determine whether or not it's like PvP related, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think you're spending that kind of money. So at best, you're getting the 120, 180 crystals from Vibranium League, and you're pushing. Like, realistically, that's it. Like, I have played this game long enough to understand, like, the pushing for PvP in this game makes no sense, because unless you've got that money, you ain't about that life. Then there ain't no real reason for you to be asking how well a character is doing. Half the time, we notice that most of the players, and especially if you're a content creator and you've dealt with like people's commentary, half the time, most of the players in this game literally jump in timeline battle or otherworld battle. You set the shit and then you walk away. You ain't really playing that character. So unless you like got the money and you really about that life, please stop. Like, let's stop. Just stop. But let's jump back into Thanos. So like I said, so is that a make or break for me for this uniform? Based on that? No, it's not. It really isn't. To be honest with you, I want a character that I can basically switch up and play PvP and PvE. Like, you know, I could just drop his ass inside PvP. He's going to do well enough, win me 5-6 battles or something like that. And, you know, facilitate that. And, you know, I got a character that I can use mostly in PvP, because the real place where people are mostly concerned about playing on a day-to-day basis, because you actually have to pilot the character and you have to actually use the character, and you're going to see the character mostly, is inside World Boss or Giant Boss Raid. So I really want to know if the character is good there, and then everything else becomes secondary to those. Alliance battle, boss battle, and then down the tiers, because I only get to use that character but so many times inside the Alliance battle extreme and Alliance battle. You get what I'm saying. So with Thanos, I really didn't care about that, you know, in terms of the uniform there. So even if you are one of those people who are watching this video, I guarantee you're not in that class. You're just not there. So don't ask about PvP because it really don't fucking matter to you. You want a character that's essentially going to win you some battles, and Thanos is going to do that for you inside PvP. You're going to be able to pair him with Silver Surfer. You're going to be pairing with Jean. You're going to be able to pair him, and he's going to probably win you some battles. Will they get around to fixing his 50% defense buff? Yes, they will. Now, let's jump into the real meat and potatoes, right? So looking at this Thanos uniform, it is, I said this in my previous first impression video, this is a beautiful goddamn uniform. Like I said, going back to the Sabretooth uniform, if you looked at the old Sabretooth, the original Sabretooth uniform, his very first one where he was introduced, it was tier above plenty of uniforms that had been introduced before. It's tier above even uniforms that have been introduced after. And what this update gave us, essentially, I have to be honest, is at the very minimum 3 characters who are being introduced on that tier of Sabretooth, and it makes me happy. It's like, yo, the team went off on that. Like, you know, they went off even on the skills. So we're gonna take a look at those in a second, but you can look at the detail on this Thanos and you can just be like, yo, they put in work on this uniform. I literally thought we were just gonna get a mirror image Obsidian Thanos uniform inside here. You know, that was just going to be the Obsidian King uniform and it was going to be a mirror of that. No. They actually put in some work, did some time, did some detailing on everything inside here, gave some texturing. Look at his beard. Look at his face. I mean, just look at this is Wise Harvester Thanos right here, right? And then look at this Thanos. They definitely put in work. Go back to Obsidian King Thanos and then look at Thanos wins. They put in work on this uniform and I'm really happy to see it. I'm here for it. That Twilight Sword looks absolutely amazing in my man's hand, and it even looks even amazing, more amazing inside the skills. So let me show you what my character's built out with. Essentially, I've geared him out not with a whole lot of Odin's blessing and stuff like that. I don't typically just equip characters with Odin blessings like that. I've got about 75 of them in my inventory, but I really just don't do it. Then you basically, because I try to keep my account as close to as the average player as possible, right? All the skills maxed out inside there. Don't ask me why I'm clocking Jean. I just like the Madeline Pryor. I just like the idea of Madeline Pryor and him being together. Max level enhancement, ISO 8, Power of Angry Hulk, no artifact because I haven't been lucky. And then we get the custom gear. I switched out because I did have the uniform prior to this. I had him, not prior to this one, but prior to the Wise Harvester, I had him with a CTP of regeneration. And I was like, I switched it out for Harvester because I wanted to have the CTP of rage on him so that way I could actually play with him sometimes. But the problem was I really don't like the way the CTP, the Wise Harvester uniform looks. It's like very plain. It was like, it looks hastily thrown together. It's the perfect thing of what I'm basically conveying and how well this uniform is. Like, you can look at the pants, you can look at everything about this uniform and just like, it just falls flat for me, you know what I mean? And it's just, it's not my Thanos, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the universal threat that Thanos should be, in my opinion. So I've got a CTP on him with the 180% crit rate chance, and then, you know, the 0.9% there as well. And then his uniform options. This is going to be an expensive uniform because you got to pay 1,750 crystals, and you got to basically pay the 35 million to basically level it up. But most people, I think, are really interested in knowing, especially at this time, if they haven't already purchased the Wise Harvester Thanos, which costs you double the cost pretty much of this uniform, is can I just purchase the Thanos Wins uniform and not purchase the Wise Harvester? Because most people are going to want to play the PvP. And so I played around with him a little bit, and I would say, like, you could purchase either one. If you want the PvP element, you want to play with him a little bit inside of World Boss, have at it, man. Have at it. Like, you can do that. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at his skills, which is what I usually like to do. Because I plan on using this uniform in PvP as much as I can. So let's take a look. So his first skill, always on demand for a nice heal on that skill. Like, you really can't complain. So you can see here, it removes all buffs from a target. You get a 25% chance of recovery, and then gets a chance of 80% chance to penetrate, and then removes all debuffs as well. Clearly a PvP skill, right? Let me turn off the skill cooldown inside here. But it's a cool looking skill because I want you to see like the distance from which he warps. And that's the cool part about it. Like, that's a really nice warp ability. So I always like gap closers inside characters. They're really cool to me. It's one of the reasons why I love playing BDO. His 2 skill, it's another good looking skill. Not a whole lot on it, you know, just deal burn, some stun, and then some energy damage, but is a really good looking skill. You know, you don't really see Thanos being that goddamn agile a lot of times, because, you know, he's like Darkseid, where he's just gonna stroll in and smack a motherfucker down. But it's really cool. The 3rd skill is the one skill that I'm like, hit or miss for me, right? Because he basically slams a sword in. You basically see Ghost Rider basically come in, and it's the Punisher Ghost Rider that comes in basically, and the problem is the visual cues that happen for Ghost Rider coming in and exiting happen way too quickly for you to be able to appreciate them. You see how quick he comes in? You don't really get to see him in all the fire, and then he dips off so fast. So it's like a meteor coming in and a meteor going out, and that's it. Nice skill in terms of like the way the fire and then the blow up goes, but I think if they just slowed down the animation on Ghost Rider's entry and his exit, it'd probably look cooler. Then the 4th skill. So his 3rd skill, you see here, has got the burn, paralysis, and it has the frenzy buff on it as well, with the 100% chance to grant all damage immunity, right? So nice skill there. So then we can take a look at his 4th skill, and I really love that skill, especially like turn up your volume so that way you can hear it, right? Because you might miss it, but you hear him hit the snap, and then it's the rain of the Twilight Swords down on everybody, and it's just really cool. Nice area effect on it as well, so I really like that skill. I love hearing that snap sound. He has time freezing on this skill, so that's even more impressive, right? Is that the time freezing here? So increase all basic attacks, nice frenzy buff here as well. 60 and 1, can't complain about it. Now this 5th skill is just like chef's kiss, right? Chef's kiss on the 5th skill. You got to pay attention to it, because you'll get to see he basically summons in his younger Thanos form, or his younger Thanos self, and then they basically, you know, play, you know, smacksies with you with the Twilight Sword. Watch, he's gonna toss the sword after he comes in. He does his hits with it, then he tosses it in the air. Young Thanos does his thing, and then he tosses it back over to old King Thanos. This is an absolutely sick looking skill. Like, I love it, I appreciate it, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those good skills. So let me turn on the skill VFX, just so that way we can see everything going on here. We'll go through the skills real quick. All right, so so we got 1, no skill effects. 3, nothing happening there. 4, nothing happening there. 5, we don't get anything happening there, and basically we wait till 6 to go. So no skill effects with this. I'm not necessarily mad about it, because they spend a lot of time doing their stuff, and then we just basically turn off the skill effects. It kind of sucks. But let's go into the practice combo so we can see how my man's supposed to play. He has a very easy rotation, 3 4 5, really simple, and no delay cancels at all in this. So you just 3 4 5. You saw even 3RL was able to complete that skill rotation. So, you know, I know he's been practicing. Big ups to 3RL, but it was a really nice easy rotation. So then we go, when the 6 is up, we go 6 3 4 5. No delay cancels at all in there either. 3 4 and then 5. I mean, you probably got like a small delay cancel going to the 3 skill, but it's like 1 second. Like, you know, if you're not a crackhead trying to hit these buttons, you're probably pretty good. And then when his T4 is up, just 7 6 3 4 5. 7 6 3 4 and then 5. Really simple rotation, and he does a really nice amount of damage on this skill too. So really happy to take a look at that, right? So let's exit the skill preview, because I'm loving my man Thanos, and we'll take him over inside of World Boss. Excuse me, damn it. Some World Boss Ultimate Legend, excuse me, World Boss Legend. So I wasn't lucky enough to get Black Swan or Dark Phoenix or Kang the Conqueror today. I got Null, which is, to be honest with you, they nerfed Ultron and Gore. So both of these 2 characters have been nerfed to about the levels that Mephisto and Null are. And then Dark Phoenix and Kang are about the only ones still about where they would be. Previously, I wasn't pushing the levels on, you know, world bosses, because especially the world boss stages, you were just getting the same rewards whether you were out here. Now they've improved the rewards, so there is reason to climb. So I will start to climb. Like, That's just the truth of the matter. Black Swan, I think, is going to be the boss most people are trying to rush, so that way they can basically get the better rewards from here. And Black Swan does have you know, the ability to drop all of the CTPs as well with all of the books, so she's gonna probably be the preferred one. She has some very interesting mechanics. I want to do a separate video on that one, and I will use Thor in that one. So I mean, excuse me, Thanos inside that one. So let's jump inside. I hate this boss, to be honest with you. I really hate Kang the Conqueror. He's like the worst boss in the game just because he's annoying. I'm just gonna run a really bullshit team inside here, realistically, like nothing, you know, really to go. Just so that way you guys can see. We'll go with this team over here. All right, so like I said, really simple combos. You'll be able to see basically damage. And by the way, I don't have 25% pierce either. I kind of like fell off from completing my comic books, comic cards, and getting that last pierce on them. I'll get back to it at some point. So it's just 3, 4, and then 5. You can pop it. The good thing is you can pop in that one skill, so that way you can get back up your energy. And it's, oh shit, I missed that. Can he tank that hit? Can he tank that second hit? Woohoo! Yay! Nah, bro, we ain't doing that. 3, 4, 5. Now, what I like about playing Thanos in this way is that I'm not like, you know, I'm not the best player for this game, and I play on keyboard and mouse for it, because I just don't like the setup that it has for I don't like the setup that BlueStack has for basically controller support, so I haven't really done that quite yet. But the really cool thing about Thanos is I love that hill. Really comes in handy. He's really easy to basically mow through. Skills. He has really good tankiness even with the brokenness of it, so I can only imagine how much better he's gonna be when that happens. Oh, I fucking missed the 5 skill. So in that regard, like, I feel like I'm pretty average in terms of, like, you know, how I play the game. So that gives you an idea of like, well, yeah, you know, I'm gonna rotate through skills the same way he is, blah blah blah, you know. But Thanos just feels good. I feel like I know that he's going to be better than what I'm playing him as, especially at later levels, because I've already watched some other content creators and seen some things going on there that make me really excited about the fact that I'm probably going to be able to play this. If you're one of those people that are pushing for levels, he's still going to be viable to you. I think I watched Cynic Alex video where he basically played through with Thanos. Like, look at that, my man just clapped. Kang has summoned his clones from another dimension. Really, you did? Oh shit, I let him trick me into that. I thought he was already into the next phase. I'm pissed off about that. But you can see the way he's tanking. He's just tanking this. Like, even the reds and the purples that are happening, he's just tanking that. And with the heal that's kind of always at your disposal there, he's just kind of like, you know, I'm saving up. And you notice I haven't even really cycled through my my T3 or my T4. I did it once this whole entire time. So it gives you a clue about, like, is it good power for him to basically the skills that he has? Yeah, it is. Is the Wise Harvester uniform better? Yes, it is, by a little bit, not by a whole lot. It's I would say, like, if you're strapped and you're just trying to decide which one of the uniforms, I think there's better utility in purchasing the Thanos Wins uniform, because you can use that uniform in both PvP and PvE, whereas the Wise Harvester uniform is really just PvE. So, like, you know, take that as you want to, realistically, right? But yeah, that's where I'm at right there. So Kang, I'm using Kang because while they've improved Kang, they haven't necessarily changed him up in a way where it's just like, you know, so different from before. Like, to use Null, Mephisto, or Ultron in them at this point, it kind of doesn't really make any sense. Now, the thing I haven't tested with him yet is how he performs inside Giant Boss Raid, and I am interested to see how he will perform here. I should have just gone in with a team that I had, but we'll go in with some supports. Mystique, and yeah, we go here. I don't even care who's in there. We're just gonna go. Normally, I hate playing with people who are just really looking to be carried, but I have a feeling that that's what I'm gonna get anyways. So I think this is the other place. Most people are normally used to clapping this down in about 1:30 or something like that. I'm not exactly sure why people want to clap shit so bad and quickly instead of just having some fun with things, but that's the mindset that people have these days. So it's like, I'm gonna clap shit really quickly and then I'm gonna be pissed because I don't have content to play. I want to be overpowered so I don't have anything to play. Like, I don't get it. Whoa, oh shit, I switched out for some odd reason. I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure exactly what the fuck happened there, but I switched out for some reason. All right, get back in 3, 4, and then 5. Get that damage in. Look at my scale going up here. Thanos like, yo, I need these numbers back, bro. 3, 4, and 5. Looks like Luna's doing that work. It's a really nice play. Like, he's a really easy play, really easy proc. Like, I like him. I like him a lot. He's putting in the work that, you know, I feel like he should. Let's see if I can catch up in this second half. I kind of messed up there because I wasn't tracking, you know, in the beginning there with I wasn't really tracking really well with the first one when I dipped out inside there. Kind of pissed me off a little bit because I should probably be in the lead right now. He just does really good damage and he just has really good survivability, and I like characters that I can just smash mouth with, you know what I mean? Let's see how he tanks this fire. Just walk through it. He just walked through it. He just walked through it like it was nothing. He was like, yeah, okay. He was like, through the fire, through the limits, through it all. Oh shit, okay. Let's make some room for Luna. Oh shit. That was fucked up. It killed. That shit just happened. That just happened. I can't believe that happened. I was trying to make some room for Luna and literally got screwed. All right, but you can see basically from there, he's performing. He's good, you know. You can build out this character, get more Pierce on him, and you can basically do your thing, and you be good. Like, I think that, like, he's a pretty damn decent character. Like, can you complain about having Thanos wins uniform? No, you really can't, in my opinion. Like, I think that it's a win uniform because that there is some availability there for you to basically play him inside PvE. I was watching Cynic Alex, I think it was, and Free to Play Adventures. Those are two other good creators that I like to watch. Free to Play did a comparison on Thanos wins, and you know, Thanos win is obviously a little bit better, but not by a whole lot for PvE content. And then you basically had Cynic Alex was playing Thanos at some of the higher tiers for bosses, and he was using him to great effects. So I think that there's room in there for you to basically purchase that uniform at a cheaper discount than the Thanos wins uniform. But bear in mind, I think this is, you know, the Thanos, the Wise Harvester Thanos is a limited time purchase. So the fact that it's a limited time purchase and you're going to have a uniform that's just kind of incrementally better than this one, that might be another consideration for you. But if you're really pinched on your pocket, I would literally say that it's probably better for you to just purchase the Thanos wins uniform and build that up, and you'll probably be good to go. Realistically, it's a very good uniform. Everything about this uniform I like from top to bottom. You can play with him in Otherworld Battle. I've seen him do some work inside Otherworld Battle. Unfortunately, Ghost Rider's in the mix right now, and Ghost Rider's clapping cheeks in Otherworld Battle against any, you know, villains that basically standing in front of him, to include Thanos. And I think that the real test is going to basically see how he spans against characters like Jean, Surfer, and Adam Warlock, especially those who do reflect inside of their skill kit. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you willing to drop the dime on this badass motherfucker or not? For me, it was a definitely go-to. We'll get into some of the Angel and Satana uniforms, and hopefully I can unlock Black Swan in short work, and we'll see what that looks like. Until next time, guys, peace.